heck? Oops, wrong direction. I like how it kept moving that way after I set it down. Whatever. We're gonna get ready and go. So I'm thinking about doing this run. I'm not sure what the distance will be. I would guess and say it's probably going to be, let me make sure this is working so I can see if I'm actually going to have chat or not. I do have chat. Nice. I have chat today. So I'm going to run up into the downtown, and then we're going to cut through the Mansion District up to the base of Mount Helena, take the road across, and then I'll decide how I'm feeling on how far down I want to go. So it'll be anywhere between probably 6 and 8 miles probably. And then I'm thinking about coming right back to here, and then because she's not going to go with me. I can tell that. It took what I could to get her to go to the dog park this morning to go to the bathroom and everything. So I think she's still feeling the effects of the, how do I want to say this, the mental effects of yesterday where she freaked out when she couldn't find me that one time. So we will... So I'm thinking about, as soon as I get back, we'll drive up to the base of Mount Helena, and I'll change shoes, and then we can climb Mount Helena really fast too. So, but we'll see how I'm feeling after this first little run. But I'm going to get going because I'm actually 40 minutes later than I wanted to be. But a lot of that was because I forgot to charge my phone, so I had to sit here and charge my phone so I could stream. I mean, I didn't have to stream, but I wanted to stream for you guys. So let's just go get this done and over with. She'll be fine here. She's plumb happy, just sleeping and relaxing. Yep, sleeping and relaxing. Like I said, it took me a lot of coaxing to get her to go out to go to the bathroom before I had to take her to the dog park, or let her think we were going to the dog park. And we did go to the dog park in order to get her to actually get out of the van this morning. But she does seem a little depressed. I took her through Starbucks so she could get a pup cup, and she was really excited about that. But we'll see. We're going to go... I don't think I'm going to wear my vest this first go around because I shouldn't need to. But I will drink a little bit of water beforehand. And this is just not just water. I keep reusing this bottle because it has the wider mouth, so that's why I like it, because then it's easier to fill back up again and everything. So it's actually water and a Noon tab in here, which normally a Noon tab you'd only use for like, I don't know, that much water, but I use it for the whole thing because I don't like a lot of flavor in my water. And I got the sound on. I don't know if you guys can hear it on my mod account. Surprisingly, the delay is not like yesterday. The delay was like a minute and a half. Today it's not that much. It's about 30 seconds at the most. So that's good. Oh, I really don't want to do this, but the problem is I got this marathon on Saturday, and so I think of it as sorry, I'm like just beat up today. So in my brain, I know I have a race. The problem is it's not a race for me. It's just a training run. I'm supposed to be training through this week, and then this is just going to be my long run for the week. But I have a hard time making that mental change. So that's the reason why I'm like, I should be tapering right now. Why are you going to go run 10 miles? which really in a race week, I'd be running 10 miles today anyways. So I don't know why she's looking at me like, who are you talking to? Yeah, today would be a normal 10-mile run for me. Maybe not 10 miles, but probably, let's see, Wednesdays on my taper week, I usually do like 8 or 10 miles easy. And then I do on Thursday, I take Thursday off as a rest day. And then if it's a Saturday race, and then Friday I do like 3 miles, just kind of shake out, make sure my legs are loose. And then Saturday race. This week we got to do at least 10 miles today. I'm hoping for 12. And then tomorrow 10 miles, and then Friday I will take and only do like, we might just climb Mount Helena, which will be about 3 miles. On Friday, and then race on Saturday, and then Sunday I need to knock out about a 10-mile recovery run. And then it'll depend on where we're going to be at on what we do. But let's get going. Gosh dang, I scratched myself earlier today and I didn't even notice it. Yeah. I bloodied myself. Okay. Well, let's get going. We're not doing anything here. I got my keys. I got that. I shouldn't need anything else. I feel like I should, because I'm probably going to get too warm in this jacket, but I'm going to wear it anyways because I don't want to get too cold. The clouds look like they're coming in. They're supposed to be cloudy for the next 3 days, and it does look like the clouds are coming in. It's high clouds right now where the sun is at, but looking off over here, they're a little bit darker and all that, so it'll be pretty well cloud covered. My hair is doing something crazy. It actually looks pretty cool right now, but I am going to dye it again so it's a little bit darker blue. That actually looks pretty cool though. Or at least on the camera it looks cool. I don't know what it looks like in real life. It matches my eyeballs right now. Although my eyeballs usually match whatever my color my hair is. Like if the blue is darker, my eyes would be a little bit darker, or a little more greener really. I need to trim my facial hair, but let's get going. Okay, I'll see you in probably an hour and a half. Okay? You gonna be okay? It's nice and warm in here, so you should be good. And if you get too cold, jump in the back. Yeah. Oh. Oh, now she's like, where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, I am like actually stiff. So I gotta put my key down in the other pocket because this is not gonna work. Yeah, I am actually stiff right now. So, but we're gonna get this going. Oh, which would be one reason why I didn't really sleep very well last night either. I don't know why, because I'm actually going to walk down here to the pisser and go pee really fast before we go. It's not very far. For once, my watch is like, okay, we're ready to go. Where here lately it's been like, hold on, let me think about this. I got to find the GPS satellite. And then it finds the GPS satellite and it's like, okay, now hold on though. Now I got to figure out what your heart rate is. It's like, you could have done that at the same time. And today it's like, beep, found the satellite, beep, okay, we're good, let's go. I got to remember to charge my watch before. Saturday too, because it's still, at the rate it's going right now, I'd probably have enough charge, but you never know. Could be like that one day when we took off, when we were up in the mountains up there, and I was like thinking we'd be gone for just a little bit. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna go set this down. And we ended up being gone for hours, and then it died like right at the end, and I lost the whole thing. Gosh dang, there's like a whole high school over here in the park. And that's the way I wanted to go, because there's an old guy over here walking with his family. So I didn't want to go that way. I wanted to go this other way. Maybe we'll just walk across until they get to leave, and then we'll start. I'm gonna start my walking. My pace will be all goofy, but we're gonna go across and then down. Are they going across? Oh no, that is the trail. I think by the time we get across this dirt path, we'll be good. Be able to run. I just don't want to go by all these kids. Which I don't mind kids. I just don't want to be the creeper guy with a camera walking by all these kids. That's really what it is. Which is why I have the camera still on me, because I always feel weird if I'm like, because there's a lot of weirdos out there, so I don't want to like have my forward-facing camera, with these kids and have some weirdo clipping the video and doing whatever with it. I don't know. I am always cognizant of that. That's why if you see me like even running down the sidewalk a lot of times, or up on a trail or whatever, and if I go around like a family or whatever, I'll always move the camera to the side so you guys don't see them. Okay, we should be good now. Should be good. Oh, I need to change the camera view, it looks like. Oh no, that one should be good. I think you guys will still be okay. We're far enough away now, but there's the big long line that I was talking about, and you can't even see how far down it goes. But that's the college right there. Dorms. Or some of the dorms, I should say. These are the new fancy ones. I don't even know what it takes to get in there, because there's the single, big, huge dormitory, single room stuff way over on the other side. So maybe this is more family-like type stuff. I have no idea. But we're gonna run up that way. There's Mount Ascension right there. That's where we were yesterday. Oh, it does feel pretty nice out here. Now that I'm running, like the breeze is still cold. Oh, I guess I got a rock in my shoe I gotta get rid of. Hold on. There we go. Because that was gonna bug me. Like I couldn't feel it or anything. And I'm wearing the, oh gosh dang, now this old guy, he's gonna make it up here before I do. I could have ran behind him. Well, no, I couldn't have ran behind him, because I would have passed him a long time ago. Oh well, I'm guessing he's probably gonna turn this way anyways. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine. At least I won't be passing him. From behind. That's the only thing I don't like doing. I don't like passing people from behind. So, but we are gonna try and keep this between a 8 and 9 minute mile pace, just to try and not go too fast, which the sucky thing is I didn't get any tempo runs in before this marathon. So my goal of running a 7.5 minute pace, between 7 and 7.5 minute pace for the marathon is probably not going to be realistic, but we'll see. And I do think, what was that telling me? I don't understand what my watch was beeping at me for. Sorry, I was confused. I'm like, I haven't made it a mile. I wonder if maybe it lost going through the tunnel, it lost the satellite and then it's found it again or something, but I don't know how come nobody else seems to have the problem I do with my hair. You know, when they're running and like they could be going into a headwind, you know, it doesn't blow their hair to where it just stands straight up. Me, there could be no wind, but because I'm running a little bit quicker of a pace, which I need to slow down, it'll be like, which way do we want to go? Let's go this way. But because I'm running a little bit quicker of a pace, you know, it causes my own wind, and then my hair stands up. It's like, how come nobody else has that problem? And I've always had that problem. Even when I had like really short hair, I had that problem. Let's see. Oh, that car's going into the garage. I need to cross Benton at some point. But really, I could do it way up there. Actually, I probably could have. I'm trying to figure out which way to go, guys. Maybe we'll go this way. And then I think I want to cross up at the county building, I think. That's where we're going to want to go. So it's funny, I didn't want to get started running, but now that I'm running, I'm like, oh, this ain't too bad. Not too bad at all. I've ran into one of these signposts before because I was off looking over on the right hand side at the people playing tennis and smacked right into it, like banged my head off of it, everything. So I could go up to the right, but I think what I want to do is actually go across and we'll go down, this is Cruise Street maybe or something, I don't remember. When you're not on anything forever, you forget the names of the streets. It's like the other day I couldn't even remember the name of the main street up here. Oh, this is Fuller. I have no idea where Cruise is in. There's got to be somewhere down here. Oh, it must be 9 o'clock. Church bells are going. many homeless people hanging out over in this park over here. I see one person, but not a whole lot like there usually is. I mean, especially this time of year. There's usually, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 usually in the mornings and stuff like that. So the more I thought about it yesterday about live streaming my race Saturday, I don't think I'm gonna do it. Okay, we're good. Just because, I mean, it's gonna be a hard enough run as it is. Although I would really like to do it because I think it would be good for my viewership, both on my YouTube side and on my Twitch side. But I don't know, maybe today I'm gonna go and drive the whole course and see how good the signal is the whole way, and if there's certain spots where it's not as good, then that'll just make my decision for me, and I'll know that I'm not gonna do it. So, but we'll see. He's gonna let me go. One of the, like right here somewhere, they've done actually a lot of good restorations in this area. I think it was actually that spot right there. Used to be one of the best bakeries in the city that I was talking about last time we were running here, that owned and ran by a couple ladies that were a couple, and it was their cinnamon rolls, best that I've ever had. Gosh dang, my hair is just sticking up. Okay, so now we're gonna turn up here and go up this way, which we've done before. But now we're gonna cross a street. Now we're on the normal part of this route. So that I used to do all the time. Well, at least once a week. It was at least once a week. Let's see if we can make it across. Nope. But traffic's not real bad right now, so we'll be able to cross in no time. Well, I thought we would be able to. Maybe I'll hit the button, because now it's getting pretty whatever reason, timing wise, it's like all of a sudden there's lots of traffic. But the building straight ahead of us is the city county building. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with college, but oh sure, now I can go. Now there's like no traffic, and the light's just getting ready to change because I hit the button. If I'm going to go back to MSU, I need to go in there and get my voter registration records, because my college is trying to say I'm an out-of-state student. It's like, no, I was active duty military that was stationed outside. Doesn't mean I'm a non-resident, but they don't care about that. So they're like, well, you got to prove you were voting in Montana, you got to do all this. It's like, it's fucking ridiculous. And you're supposed to be a Blue Star military friendly school. It's like I should just be able to be like, hand you my orders to where you can see that I was Montana resident stationed out. It's like, I'm giving you my past 12, past, I don't know how many years back I still have of paying my state taxes every year. That should be sufficient. Okay, so we're going to turn up this street right here, Holter. And we will be in Mansion District. So this whole thing up here, this whole area is part of the Mansion District. I really want to run down this side of the street, but I don't want to scare this lady who's out here using her hand shears, cutting grass and weeds and whatever. I remember one morning before we had a weed eater, which was well into like my later years of high school. That's how we had to do all that. We had a mower, but we couldn't get the edges, so we had to use those. So many a day down on my hands and knees, cutting the grass like that. And no, that's not a euphemism. I should, if it worked out better, go over a couple streets over more, because that's where the more impressive, like we're right on the, well, there's this part, this is the southern edge of the Mansion District, they're scattered about. You get like, I don't know, maybe one or two streets over, and there's so many mansions, it's just crazy. I was actually wondering if we should just go over there a little ways, but we're so close to the top, I think we're just going to continue on, because I'd literally only be able to go over and then have to come back, so and this is uphill. I don't know if you guys can tell, which should be why I'm breathing hard doing that. Well, I guess I'm doing it in 10 miles, so. But even these houses, these aren't like the ginormous mansions, but like this house straight in front of us right here is easily $1 million house. It's not big, old Victorian style houses, but it definitely is expensive. The thing I think is hilarious, or maybe ironic, is most of the people that live in these older, very expensive houses are multi-millionaires, and so many of them have these signs on them for very progressive. So right there, that's another route that me and the dog will take, is coming up that street and cutting over here. That goes up to Mount Helena too. That's a big old mansion right there. Yeah, these aren't the I should have gone over another street just to show you guys. This is just my normal route that we used to do, which is why I wanted to come this way. Anyways, what I was going to say is, you can look at the signs and all that stuff, and very progressive, far left, liberal people living in these huge house mansions, you know, that are against capitalism and against this and that. Here's a big old mansion right here too. And I mean, I support certain policies from the left, but the whole anti-capitalism thing, I think we could do better limiting I do think there has to be some government intervention. I'm not big government by any means, but I do think I'm probably gonna lose some followers over this, but I do think there has to be some government intervention on the whole price gouging stuff that corporations are able to do just because. So, not that street, but the next street over is where some of the huge ass mansions are. Like, just ginormous. We're talking, 100-year-old Victorian-style mansions that are, I can't even imagine owning it still. And most of it's generational, been in family for years. But, a lot of this stuff needs renovation to update the wiring and plumbing and all that kind of stuff. And, they're $2-3 million mansions. Okay, so we're gonna run down this. Now this used to be a road, but right now it's this portion right here is nothing but pedestrian traffic. I used to run this a lot because in the wintertime, other than this little stretch right here, everything else was maintained, like snow plow and stuff. But this used to get enough foot traffic that it would punch down the snow, so you could at least run, or at least navigate through this little section right here. And then now we're at the actual street. There's this paved trail off on the side, and we're on the base of the Mount Helena. This house right here, this mansion, which is huge. You can't even see how big it is. That just sold. And all these houses now that we're going to be running by, especially when we get further down that way, are all new homes that are just ginormous. Ginormous. This is where all the rich people live. Or one of the sections where all the rich people live. But yeah, this house here, huge mansion, just sold about a year ago. I think it was just under $1 million actually, which was weird for me to think about because houses are expensive here. Not like they are down Bozeman by any means. Like that would easily be a probably $2 million house down Bozeman. And it's not like huge. It's not like Beverly Hills huge. But for here it's big. Clouds are starting to move in, so it's getting a little bit kind of gloomy looking, but not too bad. It's nice and cool, which is nice, although my hair is sticking straight up. Again, I don't know how other people do it. No matter if I'm not wearing a hat, my hair doesn't matter if it's windy or not, because I run fast enough that I create my own wind. It'll blow my hair up. It just stands straight up. Then you get all these people that it could be a 40-mile-an-hour wind and their hair doesn't do that. Okay, we are 2 miles in. So well, I've taken too much time Well, I had to stop at a lot of those streets to cross, but taking a lot of time to show you guys stuff too. So I think my average is only like an 11-minute mile right now, even though every time I look down at my watch, I'm running my goal pace between 8 and 9 minutes. So I think we're gonna run all the way down to where, basically to Spring Meadow Lake. I'm not gonna go all the way down. Well, I don't have the shoes on to go all the way down to Williams Street, which would be where we would go to like that prickly pear open field park. If I was going to do the shorter distance, I would just turn up here at Henderson and go all the way down, but that'll only give me maybe 4 miles is all, looking at my watch. So we're going to go down the next one. Like I said, I want to get at least 6, hopefully 8, but I think 8 is going to be a stretch. But yeah, this is, you can take this all the way down and you'll go eventually connect to the trail that will take back to where my dog is sitting in the van. But from there, it's only like maybe 1.5 miles down to the park, about 1 mile down to there. Yeah, so I'd only be maybe 4.5, maybe 5 miles. So we're gonna keep going. Now this neighborhood here is the really, really rich neighborhood. But this neighborhood does it right in the like Christmas time with Christmas lights and everything. Really cool. Now there's another neighborhood that's what they do is Christmas decorations. Like they raise food for the food bank and stuff for at Christmas, like Christmas Eve. They have like a food drive and people drive through there and everybody has their lights on and they do it right. You drop off cans of food or whatever. This neighborhood up here, they just don't, I think they just hire somebody, since everybody's so rich, I think they just hire people to put their lights on. So on this, we're gonna have to run a little bit on a gravel road. So hopefully, I'm wearing the Saucony Endorphin Speed V2s right now. So hopefully I don't get a lot of rocks or anything stuck in my shoes. They're okay for, they got a lot of exposed midsole. So I don't like to run a lot on like gravel roads or anything. So this is the trailhead right here where sometimes me and the dog would go, we would actually come down this and then run our way back home because we, lived in downtown, and that was a pretty good run. We were looking at probably like 6 miles, going all the way top of Mount Helena and then down and then around and everything. So it's pretty nice. These lilacs are making my allergies go crazy. I'm pretty sure that's what was causing my sinus issues on yesterday morning, and then even this morning I'm having a little bit. And it's funny because it's my opposite side today. The views are pretty good up here though. The views are pretty good. Talking about rich people, one of the houses up here 3 years ago when we were here last, hired for high school graduation party. The parents hired a local Montana band, which is pretty good. They did have a couple songs that were on the national, nationwide billboard, whatever thing that did pretty good years ago. But they, gosh dang, I think they're like 10 grand, I think, for a gig, something like that. And these people hired them for a high school graduation party in their backyard, which I thought was kind of funny. Okay, this is another one of those this is a brand new neighborhood, but very, very, very expensive homes. And they're huge homes too. This whole neighborhood here has only been here maybe 3 years. They first started building like 3 or 4 years ago is all. Oh wow, there's a trail right here. I never knew. Panhandle Trail to University Street. Huh. I never knew that existed. That's brand new within the last couple of years. University Street would be the one I was talking about that has the really, really big mansions all the way down on the other side. But we're gonna go up here. I don't know what the street is called, but it's where all the new multifamily buildings have been going in. A lot of apartment buildings and townhouses and stuff like that. On that street, once you get further down closer to the highway. And years ago, I badmouth people with big houses, but years ago, I wanted to have a huge house too. When I was married, me and my ex, it was a decent sized house. It wasn't like huge by any means. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 200 square feet or so. Way more house than what I needed, for sure, for the two of us. And I wanted a bigger house. Thought that'd be cool. But now I'm like, if I buy a little plot of land somewhere, like I'm thinking about doing, and selling my place here, which is only 550 square feet, 1-bedroom apartment that I own here, I'm gonna buy like a little tiny home somewhere. Oh, there's a new build going in over here that never used to be. This road never used to exist. That's crazy, because this is all city park, so that means somebody bought this chunk of land, or bought that chunk of land and then got the city to approve a street easement right there. That's brand new. That's weird that they're able. That is just crazy to me that somebody's building right there, because this used to be part of the city park. Because this trail right here goes right back into the city park. That's just crazy to me. And there's no private property around that. That's the road you would take if we wanted to go all the way down to the other street like I was talking. But we're not going to do that. We're going to go this way. we at? We're at 3 miles. Gosh dang it, maybe I do want to go that whole way. Because I really need some extra miles. I really do. I don't really have the shoes though to go all the way up here. But that would get me an extra couple miles, which is what I really need. Because I think I'm going to be like I'm at 3, maybe a mile down to there would give me 4. And then I'm talking probably 3 miles back would be 7. That might be okay. We're just gonna go this way. I think we'll be okay. It's all downhill too, which is tough on the legs, but not too bad. We'll be right back on the street here too, so I won't have to worry about slipping or anything like that. Actually, did they tear up the street up here? This used to be pavement all the way down, but it looks like there's gravel right there. I wonder if they had to do some work on the road or something. Or it's just covered by gravel, who knows. Spring Meadow Lake is like directly ahead of us, down in where all those trees are. But we're not. Well, I mean, we could do a lap around Spring Meadow. We get a little bit extra. I don't know if I want to do that or not. I might just call it good with where we're at. Although I do kind of have to pee again. Gosh dang, I peed right before we left. Like literally right before we left. I'll try and hold it. I don't want to run an extra mile just to go to the bathroom. There's a spot a little further down that if I have to go, I can go down and hide in some rocks and go. That's where the overflow, like if for whatever reason we had a torrential downpour here in Helena for days and the settling ponds and everything started to overflow. There's some canals that the city has built, and so I could always go down in there, no problem. Except I think there's a bunch of homeless people that live down in a lot of those culverts and stuff too. Funny thing is, there's a bunch of, I never knew this, but supposedly, yeah, this is still paved. There's just a lot of mud on this section because I can see the pavement underneath. That's just crazy. Up in those mountains there, the scratch gravels. I guess there's like a tent city of hermits up there in that area. I wonder if they did do some work on this road, because they're doing some work over on that road right now. Doing something. Actually, it might be pylons for a new house, but there's a road that goes right there. Yeah, that's a street. They're right on the street. I wonder if they have to replace some water mains or something. Now this right here is gravel. I don't remember this being gravel before, but it's been 2 years, like I said, so who knows. Most of the time when I came down through here, it was A lot of snow on the road. That is full on that street that they're doing work on there. Ooh, I'm actually going a little slow down this hill. Oh, okay. I now know why. This isn't my normal route. Now I know why. I'm like, this street was always paved, and I couldn't figure out why there wasn't pavement here. I'm a block over. I was supposed to jog over. It might be 2 blocks. No, a block over. Yeah, I was supposed to go over here to Granite Street, further up. Like as soon as I hit the first street to cross over, that's where I normally would come over. Yeah, that's why I was like, I know this street was paved. So that explains it. I was off a street. Hey, don't come at me. It's been like 2 years since I've... Yeah, this was the street I was supposed to come down right here. It's been like 2 years since I've been there running this route, so I forgot. There's the puppies. Oh, I got ducked down on these branches. But yeah, this is all big, huge area where a bunch of multi-families going in. Now, some of these are actual houses here, but up here is nothing but condos, townhouses, apartment buildings, duplexes, that kind of stuff. It's a huge ass house right there. It's for sale too. Wonder how much that thing costs. That's probably $1 million house. That's a huge house. See, they even advertise prime rentals right there. Okay, now this right here, that highway, is fun to get over. I don't think maybe there's a button on it now. Looks like there actually might be a button to cross the street. But there never used to be, and it was like, even though it's a pedestrian crossing, nobody would ever stop. Oh yeah, there is a button, good. Although, you can actually make it without having hit the button. Okay, I'm going down here on the street because I don't have off-roady shoes on. I got road shoes on. And we're going to turn right here at Montana Wild, which we are going to be short of 8 miles. It'll be okay. Some really cool displays here in this building right here to the right, which we're going to turn at onto the trail system here, which again is paved trail for most of the while. In about maybe 1.5 miles or so, it'll change to some gravel, but they do have some pretty cool displays in here. This is actually where I did my bow hunting education course at. But I had to go all the way over to Hamilton to take my field day. But this is where I did the actual course, the classroom instruction. But they have a bunch of what do you call it? The birds that are like hawks and eagles and whatever, those type of birds. I don't know what they're called. But they have, there's like a little rescue thing here for those, rehabilitation and stuff. Birds of prey or whatever you call them. I don't know. There's a bird for them. That's what these big sheds are for. It's pretty cool. And Spring Meadow Lake is right over there. You might even actually be able to see a little bit of it right here. I'm not sure. I mean, it's off, probably 300 or 400 yards off to the left, but if the trees are blocking it, you won't be able to see it. But right over there, you can almost make it out. There would be water, like literally right there. You can actually see the path that goes around the lake. But you can't quite see the water, there's too many bushes. There would be one section directly in front of us where you would be able to see at least a little offshoot of the lake. Which surprisingly, when I drove by it the other day, we've had a pretty wet spring here, late winter and everything, but it's like filled up pretty good. This place here is kind of funny. This guy built all this stuff. There's a little shed with a furnace in it, and all this outdoor stuff, all that kind of stuff. But he also designed it to where he can pull his, if you tell right there, he just backs in his RV trailer. And so he has like a little porch and stuff sitting with his RV trailer. It's actually kind of cool. I like the idea. Oh, he must have like a little camping area or whatever here too. Huh. That's what it looks like he made it into. A little campground of some sort. That's pretty cool. Those people are camped out over there. I should look at that. See what's up with that. Wonder if that's something that I could do. If it's cheap. I'm gonna have to look and see. Because if that was the case, I would do that. Huh. Those people were living in their truck right there. If it was fairly cheap, I would even if it was only like, if it was $10 a day, I'd be like, I wouldn't do it, because for $11 a day, I could be out at the military fort and have a bathroom and all sorts of stuff out there. So, and maybe that's what that one of those little sheds are building over there. I have no idea. But I'd have showers and bathroom and all sorts of stuff out there at the military fort if I wanted to. But $11 a day, that's expensive. Like if I'm here where I can just be some chickens right there hanging out. There's a guy that lives up here that has we should cross if we can, because this gets busy sometimes too. Where that white garage is up there, the house that lives there, I don't know if he's still in the military, he might be retired now, but he has a bunch of chickens and they're always just free roaming out there. So you drive down this road, the chickens are like just wandering around on the road and everything. I always wanted to ask him, like, how many chickens get hit? Like, because they're just free roaming around. So it feels like I'm going slower now than we were down the hill, but going down the hill, I said I was doing a 920 per mile. And says I'm doing an 8:34, which is right about where I want to be at. These people that bring their dogs out here, the dogs will poop right on the trail and they leave it. I mean, I don't pick up all my dog's poop, but if it's on a trail, I do. That's not nice for, like if it was nighttime, there's no lights out here, so if it was nighttime, somebody's running, step right in it, or if you're on a bike and going pretty fast, may not see it in time and drive right over it. This is definitely the least scenic part of this route, because you're going through a trailer court, which a lot of these trailers are actually maintained pretty nice. People do a good job, but there's a few that are not. But still, it's not scenic by any means. I grew up in a trailer house, so I do not belittle anybody living in a trailer house because it's cheap living. The newer ones nowadays are actually super nice and pretty efficient, even energy-wise. Not compared to the one I grew up in, which was from like, I don't know, 1970s probably. I mean, my parents had it before I was born, so. And it was 2x4 wall construction, not energy efficient at all. We were always trying to do stuff to keep it warmer in the winter, and we had no air conditioning. Air conditioning for us in that building was opening the windows in the morning and closing them around midday. Now my grandma that lived out there with us too, she had her own trailer house, but on our land, because we had 10 acres. She had at least had a swamp cooler in her trailer, so it actually, I think she got a actual air conditioner eventually. She did, I remember now. So when it was really, really hot, we all hung out with her. It was nice and cool in her trailer house. But even she was like, in the day, morning, would open up all the windows, and then once it started getting a little bit warmer, then she would close all the windows and turn the air conditioner on. Not like heating and cooling systems today, where they're actually more efficient if you just leave them on all the time, because they'll turn off at night usually, and then cycling that air and everything. Okay, so we're almost to where this turns into dirt again, or buffed out pea gravel, I should say. It'll be like that for about a mile. We only have maybe a mile and a half left, which will put me at 6. Yeah, I'm not even gonna be close to my 8 miles. I don't know, we'll see. It might be a little longer. I don't think it is. There's no way I'm 2 miles away, or over 2 miles away. I'm wondering if we should just turn left up here, or even, well, I don't want to turn left up here because I gotta pee. We could turn left at the next one, go around the golf course, get some extra miles. Because I told my dog I'd be gone an hour and a half. I've only been gone 53 minutes is all. which is so crazy to me. I should be averaging 9-minute miles. Oh, we walked. That's what it is. Because we walked that first little bit because the kids. That was at least probably 5 minutes right there. So that would be why I'm so far off. I'm like, how the hell am I averaging 11-minute miles? That would make sense now. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll go around the golf course. Because I got to get those extra miles. Because if we go up to Mount Helena right after this, max I'm going to get is like 3 miles. I need to be at my 10 mile for the day. And I actually feel really good right now, so I was a little worried at the beginning, as stiff as I was and everything, but all these crosswalks and nobody ever stops. It's the one bad thing about Helena. Like when I was over in DC, they had cameras, and if you did not stop at a crosswalk, you'd get a ticket in the mail. Must be something going on at the fairgrounds today. I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm going to pee really fast, everybody. So. It's like a party going on over here. Yeah, if I was going to just run straight back, I wouldn't have worried about it, but oh, they're doing roofing. That's what they're doing. Yeah, I wasn't worried about it if I was just going to go straight back, but once I decided I'm going to go around the golf course, I had to pee. Say though, after I get up here and once we get back, I should say, driving a little bit in the van up to, oh wow, they're tearing up this park. What the hell? I don't remember if that used to be tennis courts or a basketball court. I think it was tennis courts. They're completely tearing that thing up. Well, it would suck if you use this park all the time. It does look like they have an outhouse at the park now, and they never used to, which is nice. It's one thing about the Helena. One good thing about Helena is there's public restrooms everywhere. One bad thing that used to be about Helena is they were never at any of the parks, like the city parks. They were only at the trailhead, that kind of stuff. Like even the big park up here doesn't have hard stand restrooms, which surprises me. It's like they just have porta johns out there. And And I kind of get it, because the park across the street, the Veterans Park, or whatever it's called, has hard stand restrooms over there, but there's a lot of stuff over there. There's an amphitheater, and where they do a lot of music and stuff like that. There's a huge playground for the kids and that kind of stuff. But in the wintertime, they close them. And I get that, because they keep them warm in there, so pipes don't freeze. You would have every single homeless person in Helena sleeping in there at night time and spending the time of day. They're spending their days in there and stuff. So I get why they would lock them in the wintertime. And in the wintertime, you don't get a lot of use over there anyways, other than they do flood a little park area there for an ice rink. You play hockey or whatever. Where the park over where we're parked at gets, even the wintertime, gets a lot of use. So they have porta johns there all the time. And they do put some porta johns temporarily over in the Veterans Park for like the skating rink and stuff. And I've ran around here enough that I pretty much know where all the, well, not anymore, but before I left, I knew where all the, we could smell the concrete, that concrete grinding or whatever off the casting plant up here. But all my running around and stuff, I pretty much knew where you could smell all these ties too. That's kind of crazy. That's like a whole chunk of railroad ties. Brand new railroad ties, but it looks like old track. They must have gonna replace like whole chunks of something, probably the crossing or whatever. That's kind of crazy. Okay, well, we're gonna run. We're just gonna turn left here. We're not going to run down the, well, I might cross just to cross, but why is that guy honking? Fucking idiot. That dude's honking his horn. Like, what are you honking at? What is the car in front of you going to do? He's stuck behind another car. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. Jackasses like that just boggle my mind sometimes. Just don't get it. We are gonna cross if we can. Yeah, we got time. There's a crosswalk up here, but like I said, nobody ever stops at the crosswalk, so you just gotta take them when you can. We're gonna run on this side. I think there never used to be a trail. It was like this right here that we're running on right now. People just made a trail for years going along this side of the golf course. And I'm pretty sure they finally decided that, you know what, maybe we'll just put a paved trail there. It looks like they did too, because I can look up the street. So, well, it's right here. I didn't notice that. I'm looking up the street and it's actually right here. And it is crazy to me that they just didn't, that they just didn't continue it down this side, because most of the people that are running on this are going to go back to Centennial Park. They're not going to go down that way. But I'm guessing the city couldn't make a deal with the concrete plant up there to buy some land, or purchase the land that it needed to be on, I'm guessing. But whatever. Or maybe because all the truck traffic going in and out of the concrete plant, just safety reasons is why. I guess that makes sense. Should come out here and hit some golf balls. Let this guy go. There's actually a pretty decent little restaurant up here in the Pro Shack too. But this is a pretty nice golf course, but it's expensive and sometimes hard to get tee times in. Like if you can get out here on like a Tuesday or Wednesday in the morning, you can pretty much get a tee time, but any other time you're going to be having to book it far out. Probably got new fence put in over here too. Nice black chain link fence. It used to just be a normal chain link fence. It's pretty nice that they actually put this here. Because I used to have to cross in the wintertime over on the sidewalk over there, which is very uneven, even though because there'd be too much snow on the trail that everybody made here, the little single track. So if it's paved like this, that means the city will maintain it in the wintertime. They have like a bobcat with a snow brush on it that they do on other paths. Doesn't mean it won't get icy, because it'll definitely still be icy. But at least you won't be like uneven, frozen, like packed down frozen snow. Yeah, it is expensive out here though for 18 holes. I mean, if you're gonna get 18 holes and a golf cart, you're looking at probably $80, I bet you, to play around a golf. That's if you have your own golf clubs. And I have own golf clubs. They're not very good golf clubs, but they work. As good of a golfer I am, they work great. I have a really nice driver that a friend gave me because he got himself a new one, and it was fairly old, so it had some use to it, so it wasn't really worth selling. And so he gave it to me. Like that driver is cost as much as my whole set of golf clubs. Well, I take that back. Not my whole set of golf clubs, because I did buy a couple individual clubs that I didn't get in my set that were very, like I got $120 or something like that. Loft wedge, because I didn't have any wedges other than my pitching wedge, so I got a loft wedge so I could use it in the bunkers and stuff, and chipping along the edge. But again, I'm by no means good. Sometimes I can do pretty good. Morning. If I can hit a driver straight, I have a really bad slice. But every now and then, if I concentrate hard enough, I can hit a drive straight. And I can rock out like a 340 350 yard drive if I can get it to go straight. Even if it slices, it still goes that far. But it's also 200 yards to the right. But I'm actually really decent with my irons and even my hybrid. Oh, there's a bunny. I wonder if he got hit. Poor bunny rabbit. I think he got hit by a car because he's just sitting there. He's still alive, but he was sitting kind of funny, like he might have broke his leg or something. But I'm really good with my hybrids, like a 3 or a 4 hybrid. I've hit some pretty spectacular shots. I knocked one. I had such a horrible drive at the beginning, like barely made it past the women's tee. And then my second shot, I pulled out my 3 hybrid and knocked it about 4 feet from the hole, 230 yards out. Definitely the highlight of some of my shots. I almost had a hole-in-one one time too, in a course down by Bozeman. It was a about 170 yard par 3, and I don't know how I pulled that one out, but it was super windy. Everybody was, hitting it with their irons pretty high, like you normally would, and then the wind would just push it. I was like, I'm gonna try and cut under this wind and just, kind of skim the ground just to see. It's not gonna hurt me at all. And so I grabbed my 7 iron and freaking just punched that thing, because there's a hill right in front of the hole placement too that you had to get over to get onto the green. And that thing has some top spin on it, and it hit right on the front side of that hill, pretty low to the, like it was just sailing across the ground, not very far up. Hit the front face of that hill, top spin kicked it up over the top of that hill, and I landed about 18 inches from the hole. It's like, gosh dang, I almost had a hole-in-one. Again, I don't know how the hell I pulled that one off, because I'm not that good. That was more luck. What is going on with my gimbal? All of a sudden it like jumped down for whatever reason. I don't get that. It's like it was stuck. It's weird to me that the kids are still in school, because growing up we were always out of school by first week of June. I guess this is the first full week of June, but I mean, we were out of school, like I would have been out of school like June, 4th this year, or 3rd, or whatever it is. It was always the week after, the Friday after senior high, or senior graduation was when our school always got out. Senior graduation was a week and a half ago. Or maybe it hasn't been here. Where I was at, it was down in Arizona and stuff. All my friends over in Minnesota. Oh no, I guess her graduation was last Friday. Friends in Minnesota, so. Okay, we should easily get our 8 miles. And I should still feel good enough to go hit Mount Helena to wear the dog out a bit. Although I might wait until tonight anyways to do that, because she does better if she gets wore out right before bed. So we might do that. Oh, that's gonna suck for time-wise though. I guess I could color my hair tomorrow, so that might work. Because I was gonna color my hair today, so the timing if I did tonight wouldn't work. But we'll see. I don't know, I'll see what she wants to do. If she feels excited to go for a run, maybe we'll go do it today or right after this. This right here is all a bunch of rich houses too, which is the norm for, because a fun hole here. I like this one because this one works with my slice because it goes dog legs to the right. So I usually do much better because you can't just go straight or else you hangs to the right or start slicing to the right. Now the guy that gave me that driver, he was pro-am one time, or for a while, when he was younger. He's older now. I mean, he's in his late 60s probably. But this is gonna time out perfect probably, because I got about, I don't know, a mile and a half, 2 miles left. And I just got the 20% warning on my phone, the battery. But he's so good that he can slice or draw or hit straight, whatever he needs to do intentionally. There we go. We are back. Good morning. Yeah, it's weird that I gotta wait for my dashboard to come back. It's like, I love how no video, it like loses video, drops video. Even though my signal's strong enough. And then I just reset my connection and all of a sudden I have video again. It's like, why couldn't you have video before? So that tells me that is a Streamlabs issue, not a cell service issue. Streamlabs keeps trying to blame whenever I email technical or talk to him on the phone, keeps trying to blame my cell carrier. And it's like, well, how come then if I reset my connection without moving, all of a sudden it works again? Golf course right there. We could, like when we get up here, you'll see there's a little intersection and we're going to turn left. It's actually right past this tree. We could continue on and then go back to the concrete plant and come back that way. But I'm going to be at probably 8.5 miles. Actually, I wonder if I should do that. We're going to think about this here for a second. weird that my dashboard took forever to come back, and now it's obviously back because it looks like my mod account is still on, or somebody's on. Yet it hasn't told me my dashboard is back. So we'd have to go down this way, cross the overpass right there, and go that way, which would be maybe a mile. So I think we're gonna go that way because it'll be further if we go the other way. And I don't need to go further if I'm gonna go hit morning. If I'm gonna go hit Mount Helena today too, because the dog needs exercise, which is why I wanted to do it today, this morning. I think we're just gonna try and do it this morning because she definitely needs exercise. And it'll be less busy this morning. It's 10 o'clock. By the time we get done doing that, it'll be lunchtime. I haven't eaten anything yet, so I'll probably have to eat something really fast. I don't know what to have. Could have just a protein bar because I haven't had any breakfast yet. So I could have just a little protein bar or something, but we'll see. How did you do that? Because those are expensive. I'm trying to stay off this road because it's usually pretty busy. Which, as soon as I hit the road there, you can hear a car coming up behind me. Because it's one of the few places where you can cut across. Because there's a huge trailer park that we ran next to that blocks a lot of the streets. There's no through streets at all. Like, you wander into that thing, and let's put it this way: if you need there's a couple entrances to that trailer park, and none of them connect to each other. Like, so if you're going to see a friend or whatever, hopefully you know which one you need to go into. One of my friends actually lives on the street just back here too. Oh, it is. It's taking quite the rubbing right now. It's actually starting to hurt. I'm the kind of guy that can run a marathon without needing to wear band-aids or tape or whatever. I still do it just because, but I don't ever want to get out there and then have an issue. But I'm sweating enough and I'm chilled enough that my nipples are hard. And that's probably TMI for you guys, but you know, as a runner, it's just being honest and the nature of the things. Happens to everybody. This right here is the only, well, take that back. This is the only overpass going over the train tracks. There is an underpass over there that we ran next to, way over on the other side of town. But if there's a train, especially if it's a long train, and you don't want to wait for 20 minutes to half an hour, those are the only two streets that get you from the north end to the south end, unless you jump on the interstate. But the interstate's on the far east side of town, so it would be quite a detour to take the interstate, depending on where you're trying to get to. Hey, here's the lady with the baby stroller that we passed next to the golf course, which tells me she's probably gonna maybe take this. I guess it depends on where she's going. She could just go right back around this circle and go right back down the same place where she was coming down. So tons and tons of kids here. It's probably that group of kids that were walking before, and now they're grabbing their fruit bowls or whatever. Oh yeah, because there's tons of kids over in the playground area too. That's probably what it is. So it wasn't quite a mile, but we're over 8. I wanted to be 8, so we're good. We are good. Now you guys see how messy my hair is. All standing up, and I can't do anything about it. Oh, maybe I'm sweating. Nope, it's stuck right back up again. Oh. Saw the cops. I was like, where's somebody called cops because my dog's sitting in the van. But it is not warm out here. She should be warm enough in there, but we'll see. She's looking around. She's not sleeping. She's not sleeping. She heard me coming up to her too. Hi, sweet girl. Hi. Yeah, she saw me, or she heard me coming in, so look at her. Oh, she's so cute. Look at her. Such a cutie. She's probably mad at me. Are you mad at me? Okay, I'm gonna actually grab something to drink really fast. And I think we're just gonna head up to Mount Helena and get her some exercise. Surprising with that stain. Oh. I will not be able to stream up there because why is the video so crappy here? That makes sense. Okay, set that right there. And maybe I'll set it right there. No, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna maybe set it out here further. Why are you way over there? Stupid thing. There we go, that's better. I won't be able to stream because I won't be able to get a good enough charge on my battery by the time we get up there, so we are going to, I don't know why I love that. No video. I go to reset the connection and I have full bars of 5G. Like the signal can't get any better. Like literally can't get any better. And it was like struggling with the frames per second. That makes absolutely no sense. Oh, our school bus is up here. There's a pretty cool little skateboard park over here to the right too. And makes me happy a lot of times when I see the people over there, because you'll have, you know, older kids and younger kids, and the older kids are like, you know, cheering on the younger kids and hyping them up and stuff to do, you know, pushing them along, which is really cool. Really cool to see. I'm a skateboarder at heart, so. I think I'm gonna keep this pause instead of having two separate runs, and then we'll go over there, you know, restart it again. And my dog is definitely mad at me because she hasn't come up behind me to lick my face or anything yet. But so far we're at 8.4 miles. Mostly flat. Might have got maybe 300 feet of elevation, or of vert. But we're gonna head up to the mountain now so that my dog can get outside and do some stuff, and then I'll knock out my vert for the day, and then I won't have to do anything else. We'll see. I still might, depending on how we feel tonight, but we'll see. Well, can't get any stronger, like I said. Have full 5G where I'm sitting. I'm going to end the stream because now I have just finished my protein bar and we need to get headed up to the mountain before I get too cold. And knock out our vert for the day. So, thank you everybody for joining us today. And we will see you guys tomorrow morning for our next stream. Bye guys, love y'all.